Hi tech lovers, welcome back to Fast Cabling. Now look at this place, massive, rough, and for our client who owns it, a security nightmare. He needs eyes everywhere. 6 powerful high-resolution pan-tilt-zoom camera to watch over the entire operation. But here's the catch, the kicker, the classic problem. Out there, where he needs the cameras most, there is no power. Not a single outlet. Zero. Zip. Now, if money is no object, and for our client, it really isn't, what's the obvious go-to solution? Solar. It seems perfect, right? Harness the sun. Be green, be off-grid. So we ran some numbers. For 6 power-hungry PTZ cameras, you're looking at a serious setup. 800 watts of solar panels, a bank of 24-volt 200 mAh battery. The math said this could keep the cameras online for about 4 to 5 days on a single charge. Sounds decent, but then we look at the calendar. We thought about the rainy season, weeks where the sun is distant memory, just gray skies and downpours. That solar systems, its batteries would drain and drain fast. We couldn't, in good conscience, guarantee 24/7 surveillance. So for a high-stake environment like a mine here, that's an unacceptable gamble. The perfect solar solution had a critical weather-shaped flaw, so we have to think differently. So we went back to our drawing board. Now what if we could send both power and data from a single central point? What if we could push the electricity through the very same cable that carries the video feed over incredibly long distances, like 380 meters we need here? And this is where our hero for today comes in, our long-range PoE switch. The idea is simple but brilliant. Instead of trying to generate power at each camera location, we generate it once here in this central point and then ship it out. This specific 16-port switch is a beast built for this exact job. But its real party trick is distance. Normally, standard PoE give up after 100 meters. That's no good for a massive mine. This switch, however, has a secret weapon. When you use it with a special PoE extender, it can push a signal a whopping 500 meters. That's over 1,600 feet. And it does this by being smarter with the Ethernet cable. Instead of using just some of the wires inside, it utilizes all 4 pairs to carry both power and data, maximizing efficiency and pushing through the resistance that normally weaken the signal over long runs. It's like turning a country road into a high-capacity power highway. So let's do it. At the central point, we have our 16-port long-range PoE switch. When you come closer, you can see port number 1 to 4 are marked PoE++. That means it provides the latest PoE BT standard. And number 9 to 16 are marked green. They are the long-range port, providing whopping 500 meters. And now I'm going to use a short patch cord to connect the switch to a network video recorder so we can display video footage. And use our long Ethernet cable, plug it into one of the long-range port. And follow our Ethernet cable to our key. This is the key to that 500 meters reach, the PoE extender. Now think of it as a signal booster station. You place one of these right next to where your PTZ cameras needs to go. One cable runs from the central switch out to this, carrying the signal 500 meters. And this extender is rated IP67, completely sealed against dust and can handle being soaked in water, so it's as tough as the environment. Now I'm taking out the neck and the gland for faster installation. Now let's take our long Ethernet cable. We have the input port and the output port. Let's plug it into the input port here. And now a short patch cord jump from the extender to the camera. It has a special mounting tool so you can mount it as near as you can to our PTZ camera. And let's connect it. Here we go, now you can see it's getting both power and data, and let's turn to our big screen monitor and check out our live video feed. Here we go. Now let's talk about power, because PTZ cameras are thirsty. They pan, tilt, zoom, heat up in the winter, they need juice. Let's say each one draws about 25 watts. But we are sending power half a kilometers. Over that distance, you get line loss. Some power is lost as heat in the cable, so to guarantee a solid 25 watts makes it to the camera, we need to budget more from the source. We calculate for about 45 watts per camera. 6 cameras, that's 270 watts of power we need to budget for. And our mighty 60-port switch has a total power budget of 225 watts. That's a lot, but 270 is more. A single switch couldn't power all 6 cameras over this distance. No problem. When budget is free, the solution is elegant. We just add a second switch. So now let's place another switch here. Power it up. Here we go. And we're connecting both switches by using a fiber patch cord, since this switch here has SFP slots. We use the SFP modules. Let's plug it in. Plug and play our pre-made short patch cord. And do the same thing. Plug it into our SFP slots on the first switch. Connect them. Here we go. And we can dedicate one switch to, let's say, 4 cameras and the second switch to the remaining 2. We connect this switch together, creating a robust high-power network backbone. So problem solved. Our setup now has the port capacity and, more importantly, the draw power to feed all 6 cameras reliably 24/7, sun or rain. Let's test it. Let's plug our PTZ camera to the second switch here. It reboots. And soon, you'll have live video feed on our big screen monitor. Here we go. It comes live again. And finally, in an environment like this here, there is one silence killer. Electrical surges from lightning. Running long cables across open land is like putting up a lightning antenna. One nearby strike can send a surge through those cables and fry every connected piece of equipment in a millisecond. So a non-negotiable part of this setup is industrial-grade surge protectors. And this protection isn't just a one-sided deal. You need surge protection at both ends of the equation, both here at the indoor switch and out there at the outdoor nearby our cameras. Why? Because a surge is an intruder looking for any way in. It can come from the main power lines feeding this shed, or it can be induced from a lightning strike out in the field, racing down the Ethernet cable toward your precious gear. So now let's mount them. So we're placing the outdoor surge protector next to the extender as near as we can. Now let's unplug the long Ethernet cable and plug it into the input port of our outdoor extender. Now this is waterproof rated, but I'm just taking the neck and the gland out for faster installation. Now we plug it into the input port. So when the surge comes in, it goes directly to the ground. And we use a short patch cord to connect our output port to the extender so we can get clean energy out to our PTZ camera. Now make sure you ground your surge protector. This is very important. And let's follow our long Ethernet cable back to indoor. Indoor, we already have the indoor surge protector. I'm taking out the long Ethernet cable and plug it into the input port again. Now on each port we have the number. Let's plug it into port 6. Now all of our surge protectors support the latest PoE standard, which is PoE++. And now I'm using 2 short patch cord connected to our output port so we can connect it back to our switch. So let's plug it into the long range port. And soon our Pendule zoom camera is back to life, and also with protection. So you can see this is a live video feed. And by sealing both ends, you create a complete protective barrier. The way these protectors work is elegantly simple. Under normal conditions, they just sit there. But the moment they detect a massive damaging voltage spike, they instantly provide a direct low-resistant path for that destructive energy to divert safely away from your equipment and down into the ground, literally into the earth, so you must ground them. And it's your first and most critical line of defense. It's the insurance policy for your entire high-end security investment. So from a solar idea hampered by the weather, we pivoted to a scalable, long-range PoE network built to conquer distance, weather, and deliver exactly what our client needed. Sometimes the best solution isn't about making power where you are, but about knowing exactly how to send it from where you have it. So thank you very much for joining us. If you face a massive infrastructure puzzle like this here, let us know in the comment section below. And as always, like and subscribe for more deep dives into real-world tech solutions. And I'll see you in our next video.